Okay, welcome to our next edition of Just the Facts. I am Deputy Chief Gary MacNamara with the Fairfield Police Department.
And I'm Sergeant Jim Perez.
We have a good show for you today. We have sort of taken a little hiatus. It's not that we don't have any facts to share over the last couple of months. It's just we've been trying to tweak the show a little bit, and we've been happy to announce that we have a community partner that is now helping us with the show.
Yeah, and that's a great announcement. We'd like to introduce a great company that's going to be working with us and partnering up in future shows. We'd like to welcome Bearing Star Insurance. They're our support for this show.
And we promise that as the winter weather comes upon us next year, we will do a show during the winter. We just felt that it was better to stay warm rather than get out there and do some shows.
Yeah, actually the Deputy Chief was in Florida for the last 2 months.
Absolutely.
So enjoying the weather.
So we're back, as you can see. Yeah.
One of the things, we're going to be working on a lot of good shows in the future, and one show that we're focusing on today involves an unfortunate incident that actually took place in town a while ago. A young girl was attacked, and she was able to fend them off by some technique that she probably wasn't even aware of that she was doing. And so as a result, we had a parent who was very concerned for her daughters, and so she approached us about coming up with a program.
Oftentimes, the best way to present information is to capitalize on an actual incident, and that's kind of what we're going to do with this segment. This segment totally devoted to child safety. We're going to see a talk at Holland Hill Elementary School, as well as some other stuff regarding the incident that did occur.
Yeah, we're also going to have an interview with the mom, Cindy Johnston, who actually called us about coming up with the program, so that'll be good.
And she has a lot to offer, and you have this program coming up, and you want to talk about the easy target, or how to prevent that?
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, part of this program, it's really an awareness program that's going to focus on young children being able to get away from an attack if one came your way. And part of that is looking alert, you know, being aware of your surroundings, you know, being assertive, trusting your instincts. There's a lot of small facts that can be applied to make you, you know, become very successful in the event.
So we have two segments coming up. The first one is going to be a presentation at Holland Hill Elementary School on the concept of what's not normal.
And the second one will be Cindy Johnson, who will be talking to us a little bit about her involvement.
And we'll be back momentarily. Thank you. It's called a disruptive event, and it ties hand in hand with what's normal and what's not normal. If your child walks to school every single day, to and from school, and nothing bad happens, that's normal. You want to teach your kid to be on the lookout for what's not normal, because it's what is not normal that is bad, or may be bad. So I don't care if your child walks from here to Walgreens or to CVS every day. It's what's not normal. I don't care who pulls up next to you. I don't care if they're looking for a puppy. I don't care if they're looking for directions. It's not normal to have an adult pull up next to your kids. It's not normal for someone to approach your child in a mall. It's not normal for someone to come to the house when you're not home anytime. It's not normal what we're trying to teach the kids, because not normal is the precipitative for this disruptive event, and it's not sanctioned, not planned, and not scheduled. And if you begin to teach your kids the difference between what's normal and what's not normal is when you take action. And it's very effective to look at this not normal concept. We do it with internet safety. Nobody should be approached on the internet. And I'll use this case as an example. This 16-year-old girl walking from school has walked to school every day. I don't know how many days, but she's walked to school every single day. As she's walking with someone else. As her friend leaves and she continues on her way, still normal, everything's normal up until this point, she just gets that not normal sense that there's something not normal right now. That there's an individual who's a little farther away. Not normal, because I've never seen this individual before. And this is a street at this time of day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon that no one's ever there. Now, I could have 2 weeks earlier told her, listen, if you walk home and you see an individual who looks like this and dresses like this, who starts to walk at a faster pace than you, you should do this. But all I have to tell her is just what's not normal. Because once you know what's not normal, you don't care what it is. I don't care. Just do something that you wouldn't normally do. Go to another house. Walk faster. Run. No one's going to fault you for running away from, oh, that was the gas meter guy. How silly I looked. It was the gas meter guy and I ran away from him. But it's not normal. So as she's walking, it's not normal that there's an individual there. So I'll continue to walk. It's disruptive. It's a disruptive event. It's not planned. It's not sanctioned. And I don't care if your kids are 3 years old, 5 years old, or 42, 43. Sorry. I don't care. If it's not normal, it's not normal. So she continues to walk. Well, the individual is walking at a faster pace than she's walking. Not normal. And continues to move in this faster pace until she gets to her house and the individual is now right upon her. Now we're beyond the not normal. She is now fully engaged in a criminal act. And I'm not faulting her for it. But my point is we can learn from it way back when not normal happened, when this disruptive event happened. We can go around and tell our kids, I could give you a book. I got this book. It's In Time of an Emergency, a citizen's handbook on what to do in nuclear attacks. It was prepared in 1968. And it goes through all the things that we should do. If it's a nuclear attack, if there's an explosion, if you have to stay in your house for a fire, whatever it might be, to pack for food, we can give everybody books, and you can sit your children down and tell them, in this situation, do this. In this situation, do this. If there's a code word, if there's like 3 people will give you a code word for it. That's the only 3 people you should go to, which I encourage to do. Or you can tell them, be on the lookout for not normal. When I leave the house for 15 minutes and you're home alone, or you come home after school and you get in the house, nobody should come to the door. So if somebody comes to the door, it's not normal, don't answer the door. And if they continue to bang, that's even worse. Why? Because it's not normal. Call the police, or call me at home. Not me, I mean call you guys at home. I'll be getting all these calls next 2 weeks. Yep, I know, I met you, I know you did a great job with the Pledge of Allegiance. But you have to, it's the concept of being not normal. Because the quicker your children learn not normal, the quicker they can react and we can get help and assistance to them. Good case of stranger danger. Now you're going to say, well, you just said we shouldn't talk about stranger danger. Here's why you shouldn't focus on stranger danger. Do people we know hurt us? And I'm not talking about relatives and sexual abuse. I'm talking about somebody. Let me ask you a question right now. Do you know me? I mean, you should all shake your head, yes. I'm on TV, I'm on the paper, I'm the second person in charge of the police department. You don't, but you might know me. Do I know Frank? I know Frank. Do your children know Frank? So he's not a stranger. So if we just say to our children, be aware of strangers, we're missing a whole bunch of people. Not that Frank's going to hurt your kids. As I said in the beginning, I think Frank is a strong advocate for your kids' safety. I'm not going to hurt your kids. But they don't really know me. I'm not a stranger, so I'm not a stranger to them. So what you want to do is you want to say, these are the people we know, that we have this core group of people that we trust. These are the kind of knows, and there's the not knows. These are the strangers, the people you don't know. The kind of knows you don't want to be near either. Because I kind of know them. Do all your kids know the janitor at school? Do they know the mailman? Are they strangers to him? No. Could they hurt him? Neighbors, people you see at church, people you see anywhere, we don't look at it that way, but they're kind of knows. But they're not the core, I know them. These are my core people that we hang around that you know. So if you say strangers, you're missing a whole core group of people that can hurt our children. Not saying that any of them will, but unfortunately some of them can. I can tell you that I am not a child expert. I'm not. I mean, what I am is, what I believe is to bring some simplistic concepts for safety that are very easy to explain, easy to continue to talk about, and easy to understand. After this past 5 minutes, everybody got a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about when I say not normal, because it's very simple to understand, and we do it in law enforcement all the time. We're trained to do that. We can drive down the post road, and we don't look for, hey, that's that normal. Oh, that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. What we do is we say, wait a minute, the lights are on at that liquor store. That's not normal, and that's what we do. So what we want to do is we want to convey that to them. It's a constant reinforcement.
Hi, I'm Cindy Falea, Holland Hill PTA president, and came here this evening to get some more information about safety in our neighborhood. We had concerns as our school about some incidences that have happened in our neighborhood, and concerned about our children. I in particular have a 5th grader and am concerned about giving him his independence, but at the same time, how do I keep him safe? So I think that we learned a lot of good things here tonight. One of them, and I think the best thing that we learned was what is not normal, and how we can then explain that from my daughter, who is a 1st grader, to 5th graders and on up. So I think that is probably the best thing that we could take away from the